Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to today's episode of Average Joe Sports. In this episode, I'm continuing my breakdown of the NFL's top 100 list, going through numbers 48 to 30. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Starting with number 48 on the list, Mike Evans, wide receiver, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans. So yeah, let's talk about the Tampa Bay's wide receiver depth. I mean, is he the number one option in Tampa? He's one of Brady's favorite red zone targets. We've seen that. I think he scored. Some crazy stat is that Mike Evans only had like 3 catches for 3 touchdowns. Was that this year? If someone can remember, please put it in the comment section down below. But yeah, Mike Evans is a beast. I remember this dude. I think he was still playing in the Big 12 when Texas A&M was in the Big 12, if I'm not mistaken. I remember Tannehill and fucking Mike Evans were on the same team, right? Texas A&M. This dude goes way back, and he's played all of his years at Tampa. I respect that. Mike Evans, honestly, he's a great number one target. He can win the 50-50 ball. He's everything you want in a number one target. Moving on to number 47 on the list, STEPHON Gilmore, cornerback, New England Patriots. There was a few year stretch where STEPHON Gilmore was the best corner in the league. Now, I mean, I know he's battled COVID last year, battled a little bit of an injury last year. There were even rumors that he wanted out of New England, and we saw how that went. There was no real takers when they were shopping him, so he's on the Patriots still. Great cornerback. He's probably going to go into the Hall of Fame. Let me just quickly Google search how many of the Super Bowl wins he has. Does he just have the one? One-time Super Bowl champ. Okay. He won that when they played against the Rams. That was that one really terrible defensive Super Bowl. No one liked that Super Bowl. Everyone wished the Chiefs would have been in it, but I digress. We're going to see how STEPHON Gilmore can bounce back this year. I expect him to have a good year. I expect the Patriots to bounce back this year. We'll see how the whole Mac Jones, Cam Newton situation works out. Cam's looking good this year. Cam is looking good this year, so we'll see how that goes. We got one more week of preseason, and we'll see who the week 1 starter is. Moving on to number 46 on the NFL's top 100 list, voted on by the players, we have Cam Jordan, defensive end, New Orleans. Cam Jordan, man, he's one of those trash talkers who loves to talk trash and loves everybody else who talks trash. I mean, he's been great on those New Orleans Saints teams that just hasn't made their way to a deep playoff run. Back-to-back years had fuck shit happen. I mean, you did get to the NFC Championship game in 2018. Lose to the Rams on the phantom pass interference. Lose in the Minneapolis Miracle game when Stefon Diggs caught that pass and blew right by Marshawn Lattimore. He tried to tackle him with the shoulder. Didn't connect. Ran right into the end zone. And then lost to Kirk Cousins when you lost the coin flip. I mean, I know how those types of things go, but you're supposed to be the vocal point of the defense, boy. I just need you. I'm so curious. The Saints are like one of the biggest mysteries in this year's NFL. Like, how are they going to do? Are they going to do well with Taysom Hill as the main quarterback? Are they going to switch halfway through? And if they switch, are they going to bring Taysom back in for his normal packages? If Michael Thomas isn't healthy, who's their number one wide receiver? They got Troutman at tight end. He's going to emerge, hopefully. A lot of question marks around the Saints organization this year, and we'll see how they bounce back. But whenever you got an expert like Sean Payton running the team, you know you always have a chance. On to number 45, Justin Simmons, safety, Denver Broncos. I like Justin Simmons. You know, he's done well against the Chiefs. He's done well in the division. I know a lot of people really like his game. I'm not huge on him, honestly. He just seems to disappear at times. I mean, I know he has big games, but For this one, I'm going to go into the video a little bit for you guys. We'll see how many highlights are against the Chiefs. I'm guessing not too many, but we'll see what the Chiefs players have to say against them.
Pull up this video.
All right, cool. Yeah, this play was crazy.
Mahomes.
It's Mahomes in the snow game.
Away from the initial wave. Buys time and throws it.
There's the pick.
Hey, that was a nice pick. I was like, damn, I could maybe just throw it low and no one could catch it, but maybe Tyreek. My boy 3-1 came out of nowhere. I was like, damn. I mean, that was a nice pick.
I'm weak. He did do that. But what they don't tell you is that the Chiefs won that game like fucking 39-6.
For Justin Simmons, the path to high praise began with meticulous preparation.
They played the 49ers at home, and he did the same exact movement. So he was backed out, started backing up, and was pressured.
This play right here is when I knew Mahomes was going to be one of the best ever.
Turned out left, threw it back pylon. It was like a wow play. It was like one of the top plays of the year. And then as soon as I saw that movement, I had a good idea of where I thought the ball was going to go. I'm just like, all right, forget my assignment. Let me find out who's over here. And I saw Tyreek Hill and just started trying to catch up. Thank goodness the field was shortened. You know, it was easier to catch up, but just looked for a guy and tried to make a play.
That's a hell of a play, man. Stay healthy. You too, man. Yeah.
This year, preparation and praise helped land Simmons on his first top 100 list.
One of the best AD, if not the best AD in the league.
All right, they say that about every single person. We're going to move on. Darren Waller, you've said that someone's the best cornerback in the league like 4 times. I've seen you. Moving on to number 44 on the NFL's top 100 list, we have Christian McCaffrey, running back, Carolina Panthers. Now, he was not healthy a lot last year, along with a lot of the other top running backs in fantasy. I mean, it was just a bad year for top running backs. Zeke, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon obviously tearing his ACL like week 2 or 3. Just a bad year, you know. But Christian McCaffrey, what is there that this man's can't do? I think it was only him and one other person that's ever recorded 1,000 receiving yards and 1,000 rushing yards in the same season. I want to say it was Marshall Faulk that did that with the Greatest Show on Turf. He's a workhorse. He stays in on third down. He catches passes. He gets targets, like 8 to 10 targets a game. Man, I think everybody in the league loves them some Christian McCaffrey. And one of my ex-girlfriends had a weird obsession with Christian McCaffrey. It was weird. But we're gonna leave it at that. Moving on to number 43 on the list, LAVONTE David, linebacker, Tampa Bay. Is this dude like the 3rd best linebacker on the team? Because I don't know much about this man. So we're gonna go right into his video. On to number 42 on the NFL Top 100 list, we have Trent Williams, left tackle, San Francisco 49ers. Got paid, boys. Got paid. Wasn't by the Chiefs, though. San Francisco keeps their guy. Former Washington football team member. You know, everybody knows the fallout about that. But last year, yeah, it was with San Francisco. Did pretty well. Got paid. Was a free agent. Got paid to come back. Now he's dealing with some left knee issues. They had to drain his knee. It's never a good one, you know. I've had my knee drained like once. That shit was not fun. So yeah, man's gonna be out. We'll see how he is for week 1. I'll expect him in there. Mans is a tough guy, but who knows? With all of his past injury troubles, who knows if he ever tries to push it. So we'll see on that. But yeah, he's one of the best left tackles in the league. Probably the best left tackle. Him and BAKHTIARI. I mean, he's a stud. Mammoth of a man. Good luck getting past him. Defensive ends, eat your hearts out. Transitioning to number 41. Jair Alexander, cornerback, Green Bay. Definition of a true shutdown corner. Should be higher, in my opinion. People don't even pass to his side of the field anymore. He's such a goddamn lockdown guy. I love his swagger. I love his attitude. One of those true, like, football personality guys. You gotta love it. Jair Alexander, I'm expecting a big year. You know, another big year. Hopefully another late playoff push with Rodgers, seeing as it's probably his final year in Green Bay. We'll see how you do. Chubb just needs to stay healthy. And that defense is going to be fucking scary. Von Miller, Bradley Chubb off the edges. Everybody knows about their safeties and corners that Denver has. Drafting Patrick Surtain. Got Brandon Roby from free agency. Justin Simmons as a safety. So many other people that I'm just forgetting their names right now. The back line is fucking stacked. So if Bradley Chubb can just stay healthy, almost pencil in double-digit sacks. It's a given. Him and Von Miller, both. Pencil it in right now. Going to number 39 on the NFL Top 100 list, we have Kyler Murray, quarterback, Arizona Cardinals. Now, everybody knows that Kyler Murray is great. There's no denying that. He can throw, he can run, and everybody knows how important that is in fantasy quarterbacks. But he's inconsistent, and he's small. Now, I know he's kind of seemed to have mastered the art of not getting the big hit, and that's great. You wouldn't want another RG3 situation in our hands. But the team started off hot, and everybody knows that it ended with a colossal miss of the playoffs. You're probably in the hardest division in football. And I have 3 teams going to the playoffs from the NFC West. And I'll go over that later when I drop my predictions video. Everybody comment below what you think your favorite team's record will be. And remember, it's a 17th game schedule now. So nobody can be 500. So Arizona, this is whenever you prove it to us. Are you better than 500? Or are you worse? Are you an 8-win team? Are you a 9-win team? But to get to the playoffs in that division, you're going to have to at least be an 11-win team, I feel. In Arizona, I just don't know if they can get that done. But Kyler Murray is electric, and hopefully this year he takes the next steps to becoming one of the true best quarterbacks in the game. At least top 10 for sure. Moving to number 38 on the list. Marlon Humphreys, cornerback, Baltimore Ravens. Marlon Humphrey. People say he's a dog, and he is. The only problem is, whenever he plays us, they always get burnt. Now, Baltimore loves to play man-to-man coverage. And we've seen everybody who's given the Chiefs problems plays too high safety. But whenever you don't play that, we're going to burn you. And they never do. They haven't learned. Lamar Jackson has called the Chiefs his kryptonite. We've all heard the stories. Marlon Humphrey is a great, great corner. And I expect him to be great for a long time. He covers the back end. He deflects passes. He gets up into your face, jams you at the line of scrimmage. I really like me some Marlon Humphreys. That whole entire secondary for the Ravens is just scary. I love what they've done acquiring talent. But you got some key pieces gone now on that defense. Your best pass rusher leaves. Your left tackle who stood in last year leaves. Orlando Brown traded to the Chiefs. We'll see what's in store for the Ravens this year. Probably another great year. Probably might win the division. We'll see how far they go in the playoffs. Which brings us to number 37, Darius Leonard, linebacker, Indianapolis Colts. Man's just got paid, baby. Yes, sir. Love seeing the true guys that need to get paid and have earned their dues get paid. That's for damn sure. So now you have that financial security, so now you can just go out there and ball. Mans is a baller. Getting over 100 tackles in his first 2 seasons. Post-draft. Mans is everywhere. Mans is the leader of the defense. He orchestrates everything. He's sideline to sideline. He's everything you want in a linebacker. And then you're going to pay him as such. Now, the Colts are starting to pay a lot of people a lot of big money. So we'll see how that works out in the coming years. And we have to see where Carson Wentz is in that injury, and Quenton Nelson. You know, those are two major people that you need. And the defense can only do so much. But I expect Darius Leonard to have pretty much... He's going to be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. You can guarantee that. Moving to number 36 on the NFL's Top 100 list. And probably one of the funnest guys in the NFL, it seems like. We have David Bakhtiari. Beer chugger extraordinaire. Man can pound them back. And he wears number 69. The perfect number. Member of the Long Hair Don't Care Club. You gotta love it. David Bakhtiari seems to be the life of the party. I would want him on my team. I do want him on my team, but Green Bay's paying that man's like $21 million a year. He was the highest paid left tackle until Trent Williams signed his deal, and I think he got paid like $2,000 more. Petty. But as is life, David Bakhtiari, great at his position, one of the best in the league. Going to number 35, Darren Waller, tight end, Las Vegas Raiders. Is anybody still having a problem calling these people Las Vegas? Because, I mean, I've called them Oakland my whole entire life, and I'm not having a problem. So, call them fucking Las Vegas. I keep hearing people on ESPN even slip up. I digress. Darren Waller, he's a great story. Everybody knows his story. I'm not going to get into it. But anybody who can overcome something like that definitely is a special person. And there's a lot to love about Darren Waller. I mean, he's big, tall, aggressive, can win the one-on-one battles, can not necessarily going to blow past you, but he will overpower you. And he's going to get his yards. And he gets a lot of targets. Darren Waller. Number 34 on the NFL's Top 100 list. We have Stone Cold Chris Jones. Defensive end, Kansas City Chiefs. Newly transitioned defensive end. Was a defensive tackle. And, you know, he'll probably switch around. But with the addition of Jaron Reed on the team, you know, he moves to defensive end. Which is where I think he wants to be more than anything. Last couple years, a little bit down on his sacks. Now I know that's because people are double teaming him more as a defensive tackle. So hopefully this year he can just hit that edge and just fucking pound left tackles to fucking death. I want Chris Jones 15, 16, 17 sacks this year. Another Defensive Player of the Year nominee. I see all these things for Chris Jones. He has some of the best smack talk there is. You know, you listen to his video, he's telling people, you can't run over here on this side. You know, saying it right to the fucking Bills' face. What do we do to the Bills? Fucking ran them off the field in the championship game. So, Chris Jones. Big year. Cannot wait. Mr. My Dick Fell Out. They showed that on his video. They showed him at his if anyone didn't know, Chris Jones, when he was running his 40 at the combine, he was running so hard that his dick flopped out of his pants and he had to go to the ground. And then like you slightly see Mans' dick, and he just says to the camera, "My dick fell out." And now that video will live in infamy forever as My Dick Fell Out. So I had to put that little note by his name, aka Mr. My Dick Fell Out. Going to number 33 on the list, we have Quenton Nelson, guard, Indianapolis Colts. So everybody, I think it's pretty much a consensus now that Quenton Nelson is the best guard in the NFL. Like, it's not even a question. Mans' workout regimen is fucking insane. His range of mobility is insane. Now, he did pick up the same injury as Carson Wentz, so we're going to see how that's going to ail him. But everyone knows that O-line boys are fucking play with injuries all the time. So we'll see how the pain is. I'm expecting him to be back Maybe even before Carson Wentz. Who knows? But Quentin Nelson, best guard on the league. Probably one of the best offensive lines as a unit in the league. So yeah, just wishing for his full and speedy recovery. Number 32 on the NFL Top 100 list, we have Joey Bosa, defensive end, Los Angeles Chargers. Man, Joey Bosa, he's a beast. Him and Melvin Ingram over the years have been quite a tantalizing duo. Now Melvin Gordon leaves. We'll see how they do with that. Key addition of Derwin James coming back. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again. He's been injured the last 2 years. He's one of the best secondary players in the NFL. Not injured, that is. There's stories at Ohio State that Joey Bosa never lost a one-on-one. Now that's some lore if I've ever heard some lore. But Joey Bosa, he's a fucking machine. He also got paid last year. He's a man on the mission. He really wants to win. Only problem is, whenever you're in a division with Patrick Mahomes, you're not going to win the division all too much. This will probably be their best year. They found their quarterback in Justin Herbert. They got a new coach. We'll see how he melds with him. Joey Bosa. A lot of these players that I'm just now mentioning have gotten paid recently. And so did Jamal Adams, signing a nice long-term contract. You sign him and not the left tackle that Russell Wilson wanted. Just some more Seahawks shit. If you're a Seahawks fan, you know how it goes. But Jamal Adams, there's nothing that guy can't do. Whether it's he's stacked in the box, he can line up on the line of scrimmage, he can line up deep. Put him anywhere on the field, and this guy is making plays. Everyone knows that he forced his way out of the Jets situation, and to be honest, who can really blame him? But Jamal Adams, one of the best safeties in the league. I don't think there's any doubting that. Dog mentality, great teammate, just wants to win football games. What's not to like? Moving on to number 30, and the last player we'll be covering on today's episode of Average Joe Sports, we have Aaron Jones, running back, Green Bay Packers. Another guy who gets brought back on a big contract. Paying a running back, who knows? That's a Green Bay move. You know, I know Aaron Rodgers needed some of his people back. He really wanted Aaron Jones back. And he's a good running back. He's solid. Can catch passes, can run for a lot of yards, scores a lot of touchdowns in fantasy. Aaron Jones is a fucking baller. Member of the Long Hair Don't Care Club. Shifty, bigger back, still has speed. Expect high touchdown potential out of this guy. I'm talking 8, 9, 10 touchdowns. There's a lot of people to feed in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers does one of the best jobs at distributing the touchdowns and the passes and the touches and the targets. And we'll see how Green Bay does. Do they make it 3 years straight to an NFC Championship game? The jury's out on that one. With all the drama with Aaron Rodgers, we'll have to see how that goes. But Green Bay is Green Bay, and as long as Aaron Rodgers is their cornerback, they always have a chance. And that'll do it for today's episode of Average Joe Sports. I want to give a special thank you to everybody listening. Comment down below who you think got snubbed, who you think should have been higher, or who you think should have been lower. And I'll see you guys for another episode soon.